What did you think of the speech?
Well, for those who have been not following the primaries, this is the man who won the primaries. This was the Trump speech. There he is. He's joined by his vice presidential candidate, Governor Mike Pence, and his wife, Karen Pence. They have 3 adult children, Michael, Charlotte, and Audrey. So the speech was, I would say, this is how Donald Trump won. He painted a dark and a frightening picture of America, talked about a people being attacked by criminals, attacked by terrorists, betrayed by their leaders, that the game is fixed. And he said he would be their voice, almost echoes of Richard Nixon's silent majority, especially in some of the issues he discussed. He talked about law and order, as you noted, Wolf. He talked about stopping illegal immigration. He started talking about fair trade deals and bringing jobs back. He was going to revitalize the mining and steel industries, he said, and it sounded as though he promised an end to U.S. interventions abroad. He also, of course, touched on some other issues, including veterans. Very few details. Promises along the lines of, we will fix the TSA, but no details about how he would do that. And we can get into it later, but obviously some of the things he said about foreign policy, he said different things at the time, including dealing with Gaddafi or Mubarak. But we can get into that later when we do more fact-checking of this speech. Remarkable speech in how many Republican orthodoxies it deviated from. Not any major discussion of God, not any major discussion of what faith has meant to him. A reference to the LGBTQ community. I'm sure that's a first mentioned at a Republican convention. Not promising anything other than to protect them from being killed by terrorists, but still a mention of them and a thanks to the audience for not booing him. We saw there some fireworks over Lake Erie. In addition, we had a Republican convention booing trade deals. This has been part of Republican Party dogma for decades. And we had not a talk about the United States as a shining city on a hill, American exceptionalism, how we are going to try to reshape the world. It was very much a nationalistic speech, inward-looking, talking about fixing the United States, not about the United States as a beacon around the world. A talk of changing and fixing the United States. A George H.W. Bush speechwriter describing on Twitter, describing the United States that Donald Trump described as a dark and frightening place. And it was a real deviation from the Ivanka Trump speech right before it was.